126. The equation is given. We have to find the sum. Sum means addition of powers of M, L and T in the dimensions of K. We have to find dimensional formula of K. Do you understand this? M raised to something, L raised to something, T raised to something. And then whatever you get, you have to add all that. Question clear? Or not clear? And the everything is thrown out in 1, 2, 3 something. All of that you add. That is the question. Understood? So we have to find the dimensional formula of K. How to find it? How to find dimensional formula of K? Equation is already given. You use that equation, isn't it? Alright, we just use that equation. I mean the equation. V equal to 2 by 9 K upon G R squared rho D minus rho L. બધી વસ્તુ ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા આવડે તમને? V for dimension formula V is velocity. So that is L raised to 1 K minus. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. 2 K we don't know. G. So L raised to 1 K minus R. So square. What is this? Density minus density is density. Is it fine? Density minus density is density. So that will be M raised to 1 M raised to minus 3. So solve this out. We just say we go back to another answer. Is it fine? Yeah, minus 1. And the mantra. Kaya no mantra naman din. So what? We forgot all these formulas. Okay. Now what to do? After this?
No, that only.
What's the first step? Yeah, you did it. So next. Doubt anyone? Both in Rafana. Yes, answer. 152. Okay. So in 152, x is given. That is equation of position is given. Alright. Now we have to find ratio of initial acceleration and initial velocity. So first of all, velocity. How do you find velocity from position? This is it. X માંથી v કે મેં x માંથી v કે મેં differentiation dx by dt. Yes or no? Yes. બધો ખેલ બેઝિક્સ નો છે. બીજું કઈ જ છે નહીં. બરોબર ને? Differentiation. How? What would this be? 3 alpha t squared plus 2 beta t plus gamma. हमने अपनी स्पीड में आवड़ी जाओ जो differentiation करते हैं. Is it fine? T cube नो 3 alpha semi squared. T squared 2t. T 1. dt by dt is 1. Gamma is a constant, beta is a constant, and alpha is a constant. Okay. How is it going on? This is velocity. Now acceleration. How do you find acceleration from velocity? Delta dv vector by dt. So 6 alpha t plus 2 beta. Clear? This is velocity and acceleration. Now we have to find initial. Initial means what? At what time? When you know the initial means what time? 0 time. Is that clear? Initial means at t equal to 0. So put t equal to 0 over there. So what would be velocity? Initial velocity would be put 0 everywhere. What do you get? T v equal to gamma. Velocity. Barabar hai gamma. T is 0. This is 0. 0 plus 0 plus gamma is gamma. And now a acceleration 2 beta. We have to find their ratio. So their ratio would be 2 beta upon gamma. Ratio of initial acceleration to initial velocity. So 2 beta upon gamma. This ratio depends on what? Does it depend on alpha? Okay, alpha? No, it depends on beta and gamma. Understood? Next, 144. Okay. So it's given that there is first of all a mango on some tree. This mango is at how much height? 4 meters. Okay. Now there is a boy standing below that, right, and is going to throw a stone. So then the stone will hit the mango, right, and the mango should fall. Correct or not? The mango should fall. Point of release of stone from his hand is 1 meter above the ground. Do you understand that sentence?
Yes, sir.
Where the stone comes out of the hand of the boy, at that time, what is the height of the stone already? 1 meter from the ground. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
So this is initial point at which the stone starts to move upwards and will hit the mango. The minimum speed of stone required to fell the mango by hitting it is 5 meters per second. What does that sentence mean? The mango will fall if the stone's speed is
5 meters per second
or more. Of course.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear? So where is the speed of stone 5 meters per second? Is it initial speed?
Final.
It will be the final
Final.
speed. Why? Because if it was initial speed, then why would we ask this question? Read the question. With what minimum speed should boy throw the stone? So in the question, do you think the answer can be directly given in the question? Yes, you boy. You know they put your value looking like here. It's like, will anyone say mass of this boy is 10 kg? Find the mass of boy. You understand what I'm saying? So the velocity here, how much is the velocity here? 5 meters per second at this point P, when the stone hits the mango. Understood? Okay. So the stone goes from A to B, and what value do we have to find? We have to find the initial velocity at A. So I should do calculations from A to B. Is that clear or not clear? I should do calculations from A to B. Which equation is suitable if I want to find V0 and V is given? Third equation. So what is that equation? 2A delta M equal to V square minus V0. Everyone got that? હવે આમાં એક ક્વિઝ acceleration how much? n. Positive, negative?
Negative.
Downward, negative. Upward, positive. So minus 10. Delta x 3 meters. Plus 3 minus 3.
Plus
Plus 3
3.
Stone is going from A to B. Correct or not?
Yes.
3 આવે 4 નહીં હો કોઈ કે 4 લઈ ગયો તો બીજો આન્સર આવતો હશે. Okay, it will be 3. Understood? P square 25 minus B0. We'll solve this and find out. Back in math. Huh? 3 લીધું. A to B. How much is that? 4 में down. Wait. Okay. Yeah, if I am solving something and you have doubt with that particular question, you can also ask, right? When I solve and you don't get something, you can ask. Okay, in between. Yeah. Next. Yes, me. 135. 137. 137. Okay, in new system of units, that was right. In new system of units, new unit of length is 1 alpha, 10 centimeter. New unit of mass is 1 beta, 1 kg, and new unit of time is 1 gamma, that is 100 seconds. Then the new unit of energy in this system. It's a little bit similar to questions that we have done earlier. So 1 alpha is 10 centimeter, 1 beta is 1 kg, and 1 gamma is 100 seconds. So new unit of energy. Now what are dimensions of energy? M raised to 1, L raised to 2, T raised to minus. So the new unit should be 1 alpha, no, mass, so beta. 1 beta alpha square, length alpha, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
And time, gamma. So gamma raised to minus 2. Is this fine?
Yes.
First of all, sure. Alpha, sorry, beta for mass, alpha for length, and gamma for time. Now I have to convert all these values to centimeter, kg, and all that. Okay, and joule is unit of energy in which system? Joule is the SI or FK. Is it fine? SI system, the unit of energy is joule. So I have to convert everything to SI. So this is 0.1 meter. Is that fine? 10 centimeter is 0.1 meter. Okay, let's put all values. Beta. 1 beta is how much? 1 kg. So 1 kg done. Alpha. 1 alpha is 0.1. So this is going to be 0.1 square. And that would be meters. Then gamma raised to minus 2. So gamma means 10 raised to 2 seconds. So 10 raised to 2 seconds, 10 raised to minus 2. Do you understand that means? I have put value of beta as 1 kg, alpha as 0.1 and so on. Okay. So this is going to be 10 raised to minus 2. 0.1 is 10 raised to minus 1. 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to minus 4. Right? And આ બાકીનું joule થઈ જશે. kg meter square second raised to minus 2 will become joule. So because everything is SI. So 10 raised to minus 8. Fine. This is how we do unit conversions typically by putting all the values. Next, here, this paper 157. Question is clear? Come on.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we know. Ball was thrown up from A. Here its velocity was u. It was u by 2. No. Suppose ball was thrown from origin. Here velocity was u. Here it is u by 2, and here it is u by 3, and over here it is u by 4. Okay. Now it's going up. We have to find the ratio AB upon BC. So the plan, I'll tell you the plan, right? This is actually very simple to do. Just once that you understand what you have to do. If we find out A to B, the displacement here, then that displacement will be AB, correct or not? A to B, how much displacement? AB. Alright? How to find displacement? This going up, how much will be its acceleration? Minus G, downwards G. Is it okay or not okay?
Yes, yes.
Right, so take downwards negative. So third equation, 2 into minus G into delta x equal to V square minus V0. V is final velocity. A to B, which is final? U of 1 thing. So U square by 9 minus V0 U square by 4. Okay, and this is 2 into minus G into AB. Can you understand? Then you can simplify the right hand side. Similarly, if you do it for B to C, what do you get? 2 into minus G into BC, directly log it out, is equal to U square by 16 minus U square by 9. Did you get this? Easiest thing we can divide this. And simplify करना होता है LCM. Divide करना होगा. अब करते हैं and you get it. Okay. Next.
161.
161. Okay. What's the problem here? Equation solved. What are the equations you get?
n raised to minus 1, t raised to minus 2a.
Equations बने 3 equations from comparing powers.
A plus b plus c.
0 is equal to a plus b plus c.
plus c. 0 is equal to minus a minus 3b plus 2c.
Okay.
1 is equal to minus 2a minus 2c.
Just one thing, let me confirm that you did it right. Second is for L. L pressure minus A 3B minus. Fine, correct. Equations are right. So far it's sit down. I hope you all remember this kind of questions where you have to compare the powers of M and L and T. Alright? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to solve this equation. So let's say this is 1, this is 2, and this is no, not. First of all, you divide this 2 on this side. So you get minus 1 by 2 is equal to A plus. Did you get that?
Yes.
Or rather, let's leave minus on this side for changing my statement. So I'm just dividing 2 on this side. So now we have this equation and we have this equation. If I add these equations, 1 and 3, what will happen? Left side with left side, 0 plus half, half, equal to A minus A, cut, B is remaining, C minus C, B are equal. Okay, once you get B, what to do now? You put B in the other equation. See, we did this with 1 and 3, so now you should put B in the second equation, not in any of these. Otherwise, you will get the same. So put it in 2. Okay, so you get 0 equal to minus A minus 3 by 2 plus 2C. Understood? Minus A minus 3 by 2 plus 2C. So from this you get 2C minus A is equal to 3 by all this equation 5 or 4, whatever the number is. Alright? Now what to do? We have got 2C minus A and you have got this equation as well. Or is it one? Anyway. Solve 3 and 4. 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Understood? You can solve that. Right? Then you will make it. Next. This is a long question. To be very honest, if I was giving you a neat paper, I would skip it when I would be solving the paper. Right? Because there's so much to do. Be outgoing or thodi dewe. That's what I'm saying. Next. 1 doubt. You have it or you don't have it? 162. Ball is thrown vertically off with speed u. Distance covered during the last 3 seconds of its ascent. You understand the meaning of ascent? Ascent and descent. What is the meaning of ascent and descent? Ascent means to go up. And descent means to go down. D-E-S-C-E-N-T. Ascent means to go up and descent means to go down. So the question is that you throw the ball up from somewhere with how much speed? U. You take the initial speed U. It goes up. Let's say it reaches here. The question is that distance covered during the last T seconds of its ascent. Last T seconds. So suppose it was here at A and A to B. It took how much time? T seconds. Did you understand? It's going up. So from A to B, it took how much time? T seconds. It climbed up for T seconds. It climbed up for T seconds. We have to find how much is the distance. Which equation is suitable? First, second, third. Badama problem. If you try to use second, you need to know initial velocity. Which point is initial here? A is initial. Do you know velocity at A? No, we know velocity here. We don't know the velocity here. As it goes up, the velocity will decrease. Do we know the velocity here? 0. Very. At the highest point, the velocity will be 0. Is it fine? Okay. You can do it in a slightly different way. If in T seconds it will go up from here, then in T seconds it will come down till here. Did you understand? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. Sure? Yes. So instead of talking about A to B, let's make it B to A. How far is it? So, बहुत मोटा Now if V2 is the interval, then what is initial velocity?
0.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So delta x equal to V0t plus half a t squared. Delta x we want to find. V0 is 0, downward negative, upward positive. So minus 1 by 2 gt squared. But why is the displacement negative? Because it's going from up to down. We don't have to find that one. We just have to find distance traveled. Correct or not? So if displacement is minus half gt square, how much distance will be traveled? Is distance traveled scalar or vector? Scalar ne, so negative na hai, because if you go down or if you go up, distance traveled will always be positive. Understood? So answer will be half gt. Next. 166. Question is clear to you? No. Okay. So suppose this is the barrel of the gun. So it is given that the bullet comes out of the barrel. So when the bullet comes out of the barrel, what is its speed? 640 meters per second. Obviously, initially the bullet would be at rest. Of course, inside the gun, the bullet would be at rest. So the bullet travels how much distance? 1.2 meters. Did you understand? It comes out of the barrel. So it travels a distance 1.2 meters. So in traveling a distance 1.2 meters, the velocity changes from 0 to 6 point. Right? So this is like final velocity. This is initial. Suppose this point is A and this point is B. When it comes out, it's B. And now what do we have to make? Assuming constant acceleration. If acceleration is constant, what can we do? We can use equations of kinematics. Now which one should I use? I know the displacement from here to here. I know initial velocity. I know final velocity. I want to find third. If we use the third equation, do we get the time? So bad idea. Which equation? First.
Second.
What's the problem with first?
Displacement is not.
Displacement is given.
But in first equation.
So એનો મતલબ એવો નથી કે જે આપ્યો એ યુઝ કરવું જ પડે. Acceleration is not given. Correct or not?
Yes.
So whether you try by the first equation or the second equation, the problem remains same. What's the problem? Acceleration is not given. Okay. We stop. પહેલા કે find કરવું પડશે ને પછી આ થશે ને. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But there is a better way. Do you remember that when acceleration is constant, average velocity is average of velocity?
Yes, sir.
I answer.
Yes, sir.
Why am I bringing that up? આમાં ક્યાં time આવ્યો? આવી ગયો. Average velocity means delta x by delta t. You want to find delta t? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes.
That will be equal to VR. Initial velocity.
0.
VF
60
upon
2.
થઈ ગયું ને? હવે શું કરવાનું બાકી? Put delta x. So divide and you will get delta. Understood? Then you will have to be careful about unit, right? Milli, micron, and other. Alright? Next. હવે doubt છે? એક જ પૂછવાના છે. Prisha, that doubt is your turn. 172. Okay. Well then, particle located at x equal to 0 at time t equal to 0 starts moving along positive x direction with a velocity v that varies. Varies means changing. As v is equal to alpha root x, where alpha is a constant. X means position, v means velocity. Question is clear? Some particle is moving on a straight line from origin. It starts to move, but its velocity is not constant. As it moves, x coordinate will change. You understand that? Yes or no? I'm just saying x की value change करता है ना, position will change. As position will change, velocity will also change. Did you get that? Now displacement of the particle varies with time. એનો મતલબ આપણે આવું રિલેશન માન્યું. What is delta x related to? Is related to t square, t or t raised to half or t. Meaning of question is clear. Let's solve. This is velocity. Let's square it. So what do we get? 2 alpha square x. Yes or no? Agreed? 2. Sorry, 2 can be. There was something else going on. I don't know. V squared is alpha square into x. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, I just squared it. I'm not on anything. Now, why did I square it? I'll tell you the reason. It's given that at time t equal to 0, it was here at origin. So when it was at origin, what would have been its initial velocity? Put x equal to 0, so v will also be
0.
Did you get that?
Yes.
Yes or no? So do you realize that what we are really getting is like third equation of time? Right? Assume that acceleration is constant. Assume that acceleration is constant. Is that assumption valid? We'll see. This is the easiest way to do. Okay, is the assumption valid? Let's check. So, if assumption is valid, then this should be this, correct or not? Is it of this form? Yes, check that. V square, what is V square? Alpha square x. V0 is 0 and is equal to 2 into a, and delta x is also x minus 0. Do you understand why x minus 0? Suppose it reaches here, this x coordinate x. So how much is displacement from origin to x?
X minus 0.
So do you see both sides will be of the same form if a is equal to alpha square by 2. Did you get that? You know, solve karo na, x cancelled. A is equal to alpha square by 2. Would this be a constant? Check. Is alpha a constant or not constant?
Yes.
Is alpha a constant? So a will also be a constant. Right? So what I mean to say is that this format of velocity square indicates that the motion has uniform acceleration. This format indicates that the motion has uniform acceleration. Why so? Because I'm seeing that it looks like the third equation of kinematics. How so? If V0 is 0, so the format same ho jaye. Is that okay? V square and everybody displacement. Is there a proper proof? Yes, it's also there. If acceleration is constant, what is delta x proportional to? If acceleration is constant, delta x is equal to formula bolo. Acceleration constant, delta x is equal to v0t plus half at square. Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What's v0?
0.
So how did you? So delta x proportional to t raised to t na formula, so delta x is proportional to t square. Did you understand? Proportionality ની grip નથી એવું લાગે છે. હાફ ક્યાં જતું રહ્યું? a ક્યાં જતું રહ્યું? કઈ કટ નથી. It's there, but we don't need to write it because the question is about proportion. The question is about proportion. Question માં શું કીધું છે? The displacement of the particle varies with time. આવું બધું માહિતી છે ને કોઈ દિવસ 8 9 10 માં varies with this એવું લખેલું એનો મતલબ proportion. What is delta x proportional to? So look at this. Delta x is proportional to t square. Why? Because a is a constant. अच्छा હવે આનું proper proof છે આવી રીતે ન કરો તો don't expect too easy. In fact, proper proofs are always more irritating. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes.
Absolutely?
Yes.
No problem. So, square root means half power. તો એ બધું યાદ નથી રાખવાનું, ખાલી સમજવાનું છે અને યુઝ કરવાનું બધી જગ્યાએ રેડી રાખવાનું, બરાબર ને? V is alpha x raised to half. So, if we have got it this way, now if I would square both sides and once again write it like I wrote it earlier. Now I am going to do differentiation. I will do differentiation. Okay, then dv square by dt is equal to alpha square dx by dt. Why did I write alpha square outside differentiation? Because alpha is a constant. So keep the constant.
Oh.
Problem? Also, dv square by dt is alpha square dx by dt. Is that clear? This doesn't work. Why? All the formulas that we have learned are of this pattern. Yes or no?
Yes.
X raised to n x. Check that. Is that true here? B square. So what to do? dv square by dt into dv by dt. What's this? And a chain rule here. Right? It's purely a math concept and this is what does this mean? You can cancel practically for biology students. This is good enough. dv cancel. That's how you do. dv square by dt. Did you understand what I've done? Okay. I repeat. Whenever this doesn't match, dv square by dt doesn't match. So what to do? Just multiply and divide by dv. What's the advantage of writing like that? Let's see. Can we use formula that we know here? When does the formula work? When both are same. Yes. If it's x raised to n, then it should be x. If it's t raised to n, then it should be t. Similarly, if it's v raised to n, then it should be v. So what would this be? What should this be? 2v. Clear or not?
Yes.
And dv by dt is? dv by dt. What is dv by dt? Acceleration. Click so click. dv by dt is acceleration. A is equal to alpha square. dx by dt is? dx by dt is velocity. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, what's cancelled from both sides? V. So A is equal to alpha square upon 2. Is it constant? Of course, because
Yes,
alpha is a constant and
2.
is it okay or not okay? Yes. Right? So if we do the proper proof, this is the proof. Now if acceleration is constant, then we can immediately use the second equation of kinematics and say that because V0 is 0, delta x will be proportional to square of the time. Is it clear? Delta x will be proportional to the square of time. Okay. Next. Away with you. Away. Turn this way. Boys over there. Next. Here. 170. A variable quantity x depends on quantities y and z as follows. X is ay plus b tan cz. Then which of the following do not have same dimension? Do you remember all the rules of dimensions? X is equal to ay plus b tan cz. Okay. So, if it's like this, then we have to find, we will start finding dimensions of everything. First of all, this is angle, yes or no? Yes. Angles are
dimensionless.
So, dimensions of C are same as 1 upon Z. Clear or not? Clear or not clear? Dimensions of C are same as 1 upon Z. 1 upon Z means what? Z inverse. 1 upon Z means Z inverse. So, which of the following do not have same dimension? Is B the answer? Question the answer. Which of the following do not have same dimensions? Is B the answer? No, because both have same dimensions. ये नहीं तो नहीं जाए. बराबर ने? Okay or not okay? Let's look for other things. Then tan theta. This is tan theta. Do you remember that rule? Trigonometric ratios are all dimensions. Another dimension set name. So dimensions of x should be same as dimensions of ay should be same as dimensions of b. So do x and b have same dimensions? Yes or no? So the option you name x and b have same dimensions. It's not a, it's not b. But b baki hai. Look here. Dimensions of x upon dimensions of y will give you dimensions of a. Did you get that? Yes or no?
Yes.
So do a and x have same dimensions? Do x and a have same dimensions?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
That means answer is D. Clear? C came nahi because there also the same thing is going to happen. Y and b by a. Dimensions of x and b and everything is same. So if you want to find dimensions of b by a, a by divide karo. Then what do you get? Dimensions of y equal to dimensions of b and then divided by dimensions of a. Clear? I hope you all are seeing that again. Okay? So, પછી next 163. Body is falling from rest. It has a velocity v after it falls to a height h. Then the distance it has to fall down further to current velocity to become triple. Question and the diagram is clear. Okay, how much further does it have to fall down for velocity to become triple? Triple, that is what it is. Okay, question clear. Okay, then we can do it in two parts here. We want to find this. We know the velocity here. We know the velocity here. So if I do it for B to C. Third equation. I want to find this delta x. Downwards positive. 2g square delta x equal to what should I put on the right hand side? V square minus v square. So what is v square? B to C. 0. Okay or not okay? Which point is initial and which is final? B is initial. C is final. So what's the final velocity? 3v. 3v square 9v square. Minus initial velocity square v square. Understood? So this gives you 2g delta x is equal to 8v. Okay, leave it aside. Away A to B. Okay? Use current A to B. What do we get? 2g x. Because here the displacement is x. Final velocity square minus initial velocity square. Understood? So this gives you v square value. How much is v square?
2g.
Solve it out. G 2 n. Okay. Next. Yes, Timothy. Oh, what लगाइएगा? Number 170. एक नंबर. नक्की कर ले दार तो कुछ. 175. Stone thrown upward. with a speed u from the top of tower, reaching the ground with velocity 3u. Height of tower is. Third equation. Right? Not the third equation? एक ऑप्शन मैथ में तो this is given. This is initial point, this final point. We have to find height of the tower. So delta x, correct or not? Which equation is suitable? Downward negative, upward positive. Initial velocity given, final velocity given, a to b. Correct? Which equation is suitable? Third one. A delta x equal to b squared minus b squared. Put all values, get the answer. Next. 160. Nearly CGS unit. So there are some shortcuts which you will do in this question. Do you know what is the CGS unit of force? Dyne.
Yes, sir.
Dyne. Do you remember dyne? 1 dyne is the CGS unit of force. And 1 Newton is 10 raised to 5 times. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you know this, you can do it very fast actually. That's what I think here. Now look at the unit given and look at the value given. 1.9 10 raised to 11 Newton per meter square. So 1 Newton is how many dyne? 10 raised to 5 dyne. So into 10 raised to 5 and in dyne. But in CGS, what's the unit of length? Centimeter. Meter centimeter, right? So this is in meter. Upon m square. Basically m raised to minus 2 means upon m square. So this meter I will convert to centimeter. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 100 square means 10 raised to 4. Understood? And centimeter square. So now this is the CGS unit, whatever that is. 4 and then 10 raised to 5. Only 10 remains. So final answer will be 10 raised to 11 into 10. That is 10 raised to 12. And a number, the number is just the spectator. Right? Next. One. Sorry, I didn't get you. Louder. 139. Chalo kya did I say this? What did I say? Next one is going to ask me again. 139. The ball is dropped from a 45 meter height tower, neglect areas, and then they go to 10 meters per second. What is the disadvantage of ball is lost? Okay. You understand the question? Okay. Sit down. Right. So we have to find how much distance it travels in the last second before hitting the ground. It was dropped from here, so initial velocity is 0. The plan is as follows. We will find out in how much time it will hit the ground. So suppose A to C. Okay. Do we know the height of the tower? 45. 45. So 45 meters. Okay. So second equation will be suitable. Do you realize that?
Yes.
And हम मतलब में ओली बीजी बड़ी formula और दे तो वो पढ़ा पड़ता है. याद से h equal to half gt squared and all that, and we derived it. Nevertheless, basics always work. Downward negative, upward positive. So what is delta x from A to B? Minus 45. तो जो क्लास में याद मिस्टेक करता था, बच्चे एग्जाम में होता है. Minus 45 is equal to V0 is 0. 0. Minus 1 by 2 G 10. Is it okay? Yes. Because G is A is minus 10 and G is plus 10. Is this fine? Acceleration is downward, so negative. Yes, yes. Okay, simplify all of this. So T square is equal to 9. Therefore T equal to 3. So it will fall in 3 seconds. So now what that means is the ball moves from 0 to 1 second, 1 to 2 seconds, and 2 seconds to 3 seconds. This is called last second. Correct or not? Okay, last second means 2 to 3 seconds. Do you realize this is also called third second?
Yes.
This is also called third second. So can you find distance traveled in the third second?
Yes.
Yes. How to do that? Formula V0 plus A by 2, 2n minus 1. Put n as 3. So V0 is 0, A is 10 in value only, minus n of the displacement detail. 2 into 3 minus 1. So how much is that? Minus 10 by 2 into 5. So that is 25.
Yes, sir.
There is another way to do this also. Once you get 3 seconds, basically we have to find how much is this distance. Yes or no? So here it would reach at 2 seconds, correct? So instead of finding it for 3 seconds, suppose we find A to B. How much is the displacement from A to B? Then if you know that formula H equal to half dt square, you can do it very easily. So H equal to 1 by 2 and G is 10 and T is 2, so 4. So this 20. Understood? What I have done is this distance is 20 meters. So how much is remaining? Total 45. This is 20. How much is remaining?
25.
Okay or not okay?
Yes.
If you use the second equation of kinematics for A to B, then you can find this displacement and then you can subtract the total and this one. Okay? Now, we will finish this round, okay, the next time, and there will be no more round. Alright? Okay? If anyone has more doubts, you can get them solved outside the classroom. Newspaper is. Please, I'd like to see you in the staff room very soon. Okay, girls, जाएगी रानी जो है फटाफट आ